Hello, I'm Hayden.
Yes, and I'm Benjamin.
Today we are reporting for KUBS News from Hillside Elementary.
It's really cold today in Amarillo, but have you ever heard of the Ice Age?
Talk about cold!
Today the KUBS News team and our friends will be talking about the Ice Age.
Yes, that's right. We have a live report directly from within the Ice Age itself.
We are going to Jordan for some background on the Ice Age, but before we do, we're heading into the news station where it's warm.
Yes, Benjamin and Hayden, the Ice Age is very interesting. The Ice Age is a period of time when the temperatures were very cold on the Earth's surface. In its atmosphere, it made polar ice sheets and alpine glaciers. During the Ice Age, there were lots of shorter periods of warmer temperatures when glaciers retreated, called interglacials, and colder temperatures when glacials advanced, called glacials.
Wow, that's interesting. So what causes an Ice Age?
There were many things that caused an Ice Age. One big trigger in causing an Ice Age is the changing positions of the Earth's moving continents, which affect ocean and atmosphere patterns. Today's Ice Age most likely began when the land bridge between North and South America, the Isthmus of Panama, formed and ended the exchange of tropical water between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Shifting oceans currents, the Earth's orbit also has an effect.
Jordan, how many Ice Ages were there?
There were at least 5 major ice ages throughout the Earth's history. The earliest one was only 2 million years ago, and the most recent one began about 3 million years ago. It continues today. Yes, we live in an ice age. Right now we are in a warm interglacial that began about 11,000 years ago. At the last time of glaciation, which is often referred as the Ice Age, peaked about 20,000 years ago. At the time, the world was on an average about 10 degrees colder than today.
How do we know about the past Ice Ages?
Scientists did a lot of studying and took information from studying the ice cores, deep sea material, fossils, and landforms.
How many Ice Age animals were there?
There are 24 total that we know of. I will share some of them. Horses, ground sloths, woolly mammoths, camels, saber-toothed cats, short-faced bears, deer, foxes, moles, deer mice, gopher, pack rats, and ground squirrel.
Thank you very much for sharing all that great information, Jordan.
Yes, now we are going to Megan for some information on the woolly mammoth.
This is Megan Brew reporting live from the Discovery Center, where they are featuring an exhibit on animals of the Ice Age. As you can see, there is an animatronic of a woolly mammoth behind me. This giant furry animal looks like an elephant with a long trunk. Woolly mammoths also have long tusks from 7 to 15 feet long. They use their tusks for fighting or digging in the snow. Woolly mammoths also have thick skin and fur to protect them from the very cold temperatures of the Ice Age. Their hair itself could be 3 feet long and would be black, brown, or tan. Their feet were big and flat with rough soles. This kept them from slipping on the snow and ice. Mammoths move slowly. It's hard to move fast when you weigh around 15,000 pounds. Mammoths ate mostly grass and other plants. You can imagine how much grass they needed because they were such big animals. The female mammoths led the pack and protected their young calves from other dangerous animals. The mother mammoths would circle around their calves if danger was nearby. And they would make a trumpet sound to warn their friends and family. Male mammoths would follow at the pack at a distance. The mammoths would migrate from the north to the south when the weather became colder. After the winter's end, the mammoths would then return to the north. They followed this trek year after year. Mammoths had a lifespan of 60 to 80 years. That is a long time for an animal to live. Woolly mammoths lived in Europe, North America, and Asia. We know this because their bones have been discovered in these places. In cold spots like Siberia, woolly mammoths have been found frozen and preserved in ice. These frozen mammoths help us to learn more about the species and how they lived. No one knows why the woolly mammoths became extinct, but there are several guesses. The woolly mammoths disappeared about 4,000 years ago. It may have become too warm for them when the climate changed and the ice melted. Humans hunted the woolly mammoths, and the mammoths may have become extinct because humans killed them off. They may have all become ill with a disease. We just don't know for sure why they died, but we do know from our discoveries of mammoth fossils that the mammoths were amazing creatures. Now back to you, Hayden and Benjamin.
Thank you for all that information about the woolly mammoth. Now we are going to Tia Boydston, who is reporting from Ice Age University. Tia is with a renowned expert, Sydney Go, a scientist who studies Ice Age mammoths.
Hi, this is Tia Boydston reporting for KUBS here at the Ice Age University with an expert on the Didicurus, Sydney Go. Sydney, we are excited to hear more about the Didicurus.
Thanks, Tia. I've been studying the Didicurus. Its name means giant armadillo.
Well, how big was it?
It was 13 feet long and 5 feet tall.
Was it a herbivore?
Yes,
How much did it eat in one day?
5 pounds of food,
What did it eat on a daily basis?
plants and weeds.
Did it have a predator?
The saber-toothed tiger.
Was it a predator?
No.
What was its habitat?
North and South American grasslands.
What color was it?
Tannish brown.
Where have some paleontologists found the remains of the Didicurus?
Patagonia, South America.
Have they found any remains near Texas?
No, not yet.
Would you want a Didicurus as a pet?
No, they have a very spiky tail.
Would it make a good pet?
No.
How long did it live?
About 15 years.
What ice age did they live in?
The Pleistocene.
How did it die?
Wiped out like the woolly mammoth.
Did they migrate?
No.
Did he use his spiky tail to protect himself?
Yes, all the time.
Did it use its shell for protection?
Yes, it used its shell as armor.
Did it hibernate?
No.
How many miles per hour did it travel?
About 10.
My mom's car goes faster than that. Do you think scientists will ever clone a Didicurus?
It is possible with the technology we have today.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge about the Didicurus with us.
It was my pleasure. We're signing out now from the Pleistocene. Back to you, KUBS. Take it away, Benjamin and Hayden.
Thank you for the Didicurus information. And speaking of predators of the Didicurus, let's go to our KUBS reporter, Vihar, at the Discovery Center to learn more about the saber-toothed cats.
Hi, my name is Vihar from KUBS, and today's story is about the saber-toothed tiger. Okay, let's start off with the types of saber-toothed tigers, also called saber-toothed cats. Now, here are the types of saber-toothed cats. The Smilodon, Barboropellis fricki, Thylacosmilus, gorillas. There were at least 35 types of saber-toothed cats. The saber-toothed cat wasn't actually a tiger, it was a type of lion. The Smilodon had short tail and short legs. Scientists think that the Smilodon ran as fast as 30 miles per hour because of its short tail and legs. Scientists think that the Smilodon hunted like lions because they used their weight to knock down animals, and so did lions. If that's true, that means that the Smilodon probably also hunted in groups, just like lions. Smilodons lived in North America and South America during the Ice Age. Scientists think that the Smilodon bit its victim's throat first. Smilodon shared its world with other amazing animals. It hunted most of them. The giant brown sloth was one. The sloth moved slowly, but it had tiny bony plates under its skin, around its neck and back. They made it hard for the Smilodon to bite into the sloth's throat. Smilodon also hunted mammoths, Ice Age relatives of elephants. Healthy adult mammoths were too big to kill, even for the fiercest cats. The mammoth's tusks could grow 14 feet long. That's as big as a car. So the Smilodon also hunted young mammoths. Okay, so that's my story for today. See you next time on KUBS Kids Ultimate Broadcasting Station. Take it away, Benjamin and Hayden.
Thank you very much for that info on the saber-toothed cats. For our final story tonight, let's go back to the Discovery Center, where our very own Victoria Coon has some interesting information on the short-faced bear.
Hi, Victoria here reporting live from the Discovery Center, where I've recently learned lots about the short-faced bear. Did you know that short-faced bears were the fastest running bears that ever lived? The short-faced bears were about 5 feet at the shoulders when walking and stood as tall as 12 feet on its hind legs. Unlike modern bears, its toes pointed straight forward. It could probably run over 40 miles per hour, even though it weighed 1,500 pounds. By looking at its skull and teeth, we could tell it was a carnivore. We can also tell it had a keen sense of smell because its short, broad snout and huge nasal passage. Maybe this is why they call it the short-faced bear. Paleobiologists think it preyed on large herbivores such as bison, deer, horses, and ground sloth. The earliest bears had characteristics of both dogs and bears, which have really set features and blunter teeth than those of true dogs. They spread through Europe, Asia, North America, and eventually reaching South America. The short-faced bears were the largest and most powerful land carnivore in North America during the Ice Age. These bears were much taller than grizzly bears, but not so heavily built. Their limbs were longer and more slender. The short-faced bears probably disappeared because of changes to its habitat at the end of the Ice Age. Now back to you, KUBS at Hillside Elementary.
That's about all the time we have today, folks. We hope you've enjoyed this news report on the Ice Age. Tune in tomorrow for another interesting story.
Goodbye, Umbrella.